What's up, everybody? We're back here with our top 10 positions. This time we're moving on to power forwards. If you haven't seen our last couple videos, we have already done point guards, shooting guards, and small forwards. Since last video, we did kind of discuss at least trying to organize a little bit more of who goes in what positions so we don't have too many discrepancies. But right here, so I'm going to start us off with my number 10.
I do want to say, when we were discussing that, we did find out Andy did have J-Dub at the power forward slot.
Yes, yeah, that is true.
For whatever reason, that's where he was.
Yeah.
And Paul George was listed twice. But it's okay.
Yes.
We moved.
We're moving from there 100%. I blame sleep deprivation and Google. But moving on, we're going to start with number 10. And I don't condone what he does at all outside of the game.
There's no way he's on this list. There's no way he's on this list. There's no way he's on this list. No, bro. No, we're not doing. There's no way he's on this list, bro.
He's on this list. I made this list 5 seconds ago. I had freaking the barrel of the bottom to work with, bro.
There's no,
I
bro.
promise
You,
everybody in front of him is a lot better.
But there's no way.
He plays well. I'm separating the player from the actions. Who do you have at number 10?
Jaren Jackson Jr.
I mean, I have him, so a little higher.
All right, talk to me about Miles Bridges.
Okay, so Miles Bridges, basically, he just plays. LaMelo Ball's been freaking injured since like 2 years ago, and he still can't be freaking consistent. So somebody else has to step up to the ball, and it damn near isn't going to be the rookie that's coming in, Mr. What the hell is the rookie's name? It's not going to be Brandon Miller because he has to kind of develop a little bit more. So it kind of falls on Miles Bridges. And when Miles Bridges is playing, he does what needs to be done. He scores, he can defend. Again, completely just separating the player from the actions of what has happened. But that's my reason.
Anyways, okay. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a defensive player of the year. His offensive game took a leap last year. We will see how his offensive game comes back to with the Memphis Grizzlies being healthy. Moving back to the 4, I think he's a better power forward than he was a center. I'm happy he's no longer playing the center position. Next, we'll see what he looks like next to John Morant and Desmond Bane healthy. Yeah, this was a tough spot to decide, but like there's like 10 to like 7-ish range. We're very, very close.
I will agree with you there, but we probably don't have. You don't have
Who's your number?
No, you go. You do. Yeah, man.
My number.
Some of ball.
My number 9 is Chet Holmgren.
Nah, you're tripping. He's the center.
No, he's not, man.
You're tripping. Who's playing center?
We're not doing Isaiah Hartenstein. There's a reason they gave him this money. There's a reason they gave him.
Well,
we just talked about this.
Discrepancies have occurred again.
We just talked about this, man.
I did not hear you say anything about Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren was a center. He played center last season. I can't value him as a power forward.
They signed Isaiah Hartenstein for a reason.
That is fine. He played center last season. And I understand
we're projecting.
I'm projecting him to be a center next season. That's my projection.
You're a fool. You're an idiot. That's fine.
Bro. All right, give me your damn Chet then. Go hurry up.
Chet Holmgren is arguably one of the best rim protectors already. His offensive game saw flashes of what he can be next to SGA, and now next to Isaiah Hartenstein at center, we'll see more of his defensive prowess, being able to play off the ball instead of just a rim protector, play in the passing lanes, and continue to grow his offensive game of being that second option, second, third-ish option next to J-Dub.
Okay, all right. Mine's Evan Mobley.
Well, I have Mobley at 8, so it's okay.
Okay, so
talk to me about Mobley.
He plays ball. That's as much, and he doesn't beat women, so he's a bit higher than Miles Bridges. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my. Okay, I guess that's what we're doing. I mean, come on, man. That's all we have to say about Evan Mobley?
That's all I have to say. If you want to say more, bro, I have to fix my damn list. All right.
All right, Evan Mobley, for me, especially since he's my number 8. His offensive game, of course, isn't a question, but we saw last year when Jared Allen was out of the rotation, Evan Mobley's game was able to expand, playing center. Hopefully, he's now able to develop his game to be able to play next to Jared Allen, because defensively,
Sorry, everybody had something come up. We're going back to, I think you were discussing about Evan Mobley.
Yes, his defensive prowess are up there with Bam's, Victor Wembanyama's, and up there with the upper notch of the league. The only question is, he was compared to Kevin Garnett coming out of college. I won't say he's quite there yet, especially offensively, but we've seen the offensive game flash a little bit. Hopefully now he's able to add his 3-point shot to open up the Cleveland Cavaliers offense.
Okay. Yeah. My thing is just that he gets rebounds. Like I don't really know too much of his game because he, like, as we've discussed before, him and Jared Allen have like a problem playing together. But we'll see if he can open it up. But the projection is going to be the same thing that we saw this year. Hopefully they can make it a little bit further. No injuries. But I don't see anything great that amazing coming from him. But we'll see. So you go, yeah.
My 7 is Pascal Siakam.
Okay, I have him at. Okay, all right. My 7th is Jaren Jackson Jr.
Okay, so you want to talk about a little bit about Jaren Jackson?
Yeah, I put him a little bit higher just because he is such a defensive like wall, and I know I was like kind of dragging down all the other Memphis players when they were like talking about how they were last, so it didn't matter. But he did his best. Like, I can't fault him for he's not a shooter in that sense to me. So obviously he's not going to be out there winning games, but you don't win a defensive player of the year and play to the level he was playing with the bums he was playing with. So I think he did well with what he was given last season, and moving on to this season, he should be playing at a way better rate and with a way better percentage of being used for what he needs to be used for, which is hopefully not as a primary shooter, but being the third option, with being also the protecting the paint and doing the best he can do, regaining his position as the best defensive player of the year is what I'm hoping to see from him next season. Okay.
For me, Pascal Siakam was a lot of holes that the Indiana Pacers had last season. Pascal was able to fill offensively, finally having up here second option next to Tyrese Halliburton. Defensively, finally someone that could play defense is finally inserted into that lineup and really brought Indiana's horrific defense into like around league average. Just another offseason to play next to Halliburton. We'll see what a lot more damage Pascal Siakam could do. But the players that are ahead of him, for me personally,
okay,
I just couldn't go.
Okay, I will say so. For 6, I had Pascal Siakam, so we're like pretty close there. I agree with everything. He, like you said, he fills up the hole that Indiana needed, and obviously, when you just add talent on top of talent, hopefully the idea is that all the talent should get better. So I'm hoping to see him be better than where he was, which was, I think, in the Raptors. Yes. So we'll see what a full year of being an Indiana Pacer, a full year of getting to actually know your team, being accustomed to the play style of theirs, and hopefully they make it far. But yeah. So who was your 6th?
All right, so my 1 through 6 are number 1 options. This is why I have like a separator between the guys. Maybe number 6 is a 1A, 1B type guy, but at least 1 to 6 have offensively, they're good enough to be number 1 option. That's 6, Carlton Towns.
Damn, really? You had him that low? Okay, that's interesting. Okay,
Carlton Towns finally being paired next to Rudy Gobert, being moved to the power forward. A lot of critics said he couldn't play the 4, and he proved a lot of them wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The Timberwolves were still able to have a great defense, even though Cat played in the 4. His ability to spread the floor, take people off the dribble, attack the rim. Offensive, we saw like a 70-point game out of him last season. It was great.
Okay.
He still hopefully be able to learn how to guard. His defense was even horrific either. So just to be in better shape and just get ready to attack the next season. Maybe another year in this new concept with the Timberwolves will look even better, but I'm just ready to see it. But just 1 through 5 are just insane.
Okay.
The power forward position is very loaded.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's fair. Okay. So now I'm going with my 5th, or you go with your 5th?
Who's your 6? Pascal?
Yeah. Pascal's my 6th.
Okay. So my 5.
No, I'm not. I'm sorry. No.
All right.
Yeah, that's 100% my 5. How many players? I might have more than 10 players, but it's funner. At my 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn. My 6 is Zion Williamson. Is how I have my 6th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have him at 5.
So, like he was saying, my list doesn't. I don't consider all of these guys as number 1 options, but Zion Williamson, for what he is after losing the weight and getting back to like kind of like the athletic form which he was in when he first started, or when he was in college and getting picked and drafted.
I'm drafting him in fantasy this year.
That's up to you, bro. You've tried him every time, but my thing with Zion is the only reason why he's not top 5 is 100% just because he needs to get to that next level, and if that makes sense. And with the stars, as his team is also changing, it's 100% to benefit him, so that he can be able to go in and make the points he needs to get back to his strong play style type, where it's like force yourself in. He's a big guy. He just needs to continue, like, keep the weight off and just gain that muscle, and he should have a successful year with the New Orleans Pelicans as they're adding DeJounte Murray, and that's why I have him at 6.
Yes, Zion Williamson has shown the trends last year of keeping himself in shape and be ready to be on the court. He's a guy that can average 30. Let's not pretend that he is on the court. We've seen already.
Yeah.
What we saw towards the end of last season, 30 when it mattered against the Lakers. It's unfortunate he got his ankle turned, but Zion still played very good in that game. Zion is a guy this year that could put up 30 and 12 easily. Especially with the recent pictures that he's already less than he weighed at Duke. Absolutely insane.
Okay, no, I agree.
So who do you have at 5?
So as my number 5, so as you were saying, number 1 options, the one I have at number 5 he's not the number 1 option in the team anymore, but I had Julius Randle. That's my 5.
Julius Randle did not make my list.
Damn. Okay. Well, so the reason for this is, as like, we're trying to make sure that we kind of keep it on like projected. He did get injured last season, of course, toward the end, but he was playing a fairly good game throughout the games that he did play throughout the season. He was exactly what he needed to be for a Jalen Brunson to be as great as he was going to be. And so the reason why I like him also is because he's very versatile, in my opinion. He's versatile where he can shoot the 3 ball, or he can shoot it from the jumper. Haven't seen him do dunks or anything crazy like that. But as we're always talking about projections, we're always talking about how with Mikal Bridges being added, there's no way that Julius Randle doesn't change up his game to benefit him more in the way that he needs to play. Maybe now he won't be so much of a spot up 3. He can actually, I don't know what to expect from him, but I cannot put, as of right now, the main 2, which I feel like they should be the 1 and 2 options of Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, any lower, because I feel like what we're going to see from the New York team because of them is going to be something that's going to be hopefully winning them a championship. And that's their roof as of right now, because they have all the pieces that can get them there. They just have to make it work. And I think Julius Randle is going to be the key for that.
You keep throwing the word hopefully a lot for these teams.
Yeah.
Damn, what happens to the Knicks? He was in the first round for all I care.
Hey, man, bro. I love that side back, bro.
But that exactly what is, that's the reason why I can't put him. Why he was 11 for me, but like why he didn't make my list. It's Julius Randle. He needs to revamp his game a lot to fit with this Knicks team, and I don't know that he's able to do it. He isn't the greatest defensively. We've seen a lot of moments where he drops his head when things don't go his way. He gives up on plays. He's a ball stopper. He likes to settle for jump shots. The best version of this Knicks team comes if Julius Randle is able to revamp his game. And if he is able to revamp his game, then we're having a different conversation about Julius Randle. But we've yet to see Julius Randle do that. Can Julius Randle play off the ball? Can he play off the catch instead of having to dribble the ball into a step back or into a pull-up mid-range jump shot? Can he improve as a shooter? Can he improve defensively? Get back on the glass? Do all these little things that we need from Randall in order for the Knicks to be able to reach their hopes of winning the championship. We don't know that, and we have no evidence to believe of why he's going to do that. He should. He has the talent to, but will he? We don't know that.
All right, okay, fair.
And that's what we have to get to before I'm able to willing to put Julius Randle into this top 10, especially into the top 5.
Okay, all right. So what, we're moving to 4?
So that was your 4, or that was your 5?
That was the 5.
Okay, so who's your 4?
My 4 is Paolo Banchero.
That's where I have Paul George.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I removed Paul George from this list because, yeah, Paolo Banchero, you have him way too high and you're insane for that, but it's whatever.
You have him at 4.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because he did something that I thought would never happen. Be good. I didn't think Orlando could actually draft people that actually matter in freaking the NBA. But that's not here or there. Paolo Banchero did a huge jump. He showed that he can actually be a damn star in a lackluster place, in a lackluster team. He's making people interested and making people in watch these Magic games where people were not giving a damn about them in national TV. He's brought relevancy to the Orlando Magic, and we're not going to stand here and act like he didn't. He has so much potential in him that we need to see him continuously grow, and if he does not improve in every season, then that is a bum season for him. Because damn near he can be someone really great that can bring him really far, because damn near nobody thought the Orlando Magic was going to make it to the playoffs. With the young people that they have, with their inexperience, even if they made it only to the first round, they still made it to the first round. That's nothing to scoff at. They brought him to a game 7. And if it wasn't for the damn fail, the disappointment of the other player that should have been helping him out, they would have gone past the first round. I'm not gonna fault Paolo Banchero. Paolo Banchero is gonna continue to be great at what he's doing with the jumpers and everything, but top 4 is what I gotta give him for, at least from what he showed me last year, is how great he can be. I need to see him do better. I need to see him take over more games. I need to see him have the confidence to take those last shots instead of passing it to Franz.
All right. Just gonna ignore all the shots you threw at my team, but that's fine. Paul George, I said it in the last video, elite two-way player, able to play off the ball, shoot 3 mid-range, get to the rim, free throw line. Like he's the perfect mold if you want of a high-end like second star. That's what Paul George is.
Okay, yeah, it's 4. Yeah. We talked about him before. He was pretty high for me too.
And then like my list 1 through 3 is who like can be the number like face of the league type player if things break the right way. And that's where my 3 is Paolo Banchero.
Okay, all right, okay.
I'm not gonna throw the shots you threw, but yes, Paolo Banchero had an excellent sophomore year. I expect a lot more out of his 3rd year in the league. Improve his 3-point shooting as he showed in the playoffs he's able to do. I can't ask more from Paolo. Just become more efficient, have this game slow down for him, learn how to play through double teams more. Just grow through the growing pains of what stars go through. With the Carmelo Anthony's, all these guys go through. That's what I need from Paul in year 3.
Okay, that's right. So for my 3rd, I have Karl Anthony Towns because I think he for me he was beyond expectations of what he should have been, because for me damn near I didn't know who Karl Anthony Towns was. He was the guy for me. He was the guy that was the failure in the Timberwolves.
But that's more around the organization and what they failed to do for him.
I understand.
That has to do with the failure of what Andrew Wiggins was.
Okay, fair point. But for what his new position is, or what the position he is now, you also said it, that he went beyond the expectations of what everybody thought he was going to do, and he was one of the big factors of why the Timberwolves made it so damn far. The only problem was in that playoff run was that he couldn't make a shot. He as Anthony Edwards did, they both got tired. He just got tired sooner. But I feel like for what he brought into the team, for the way that he's developing continuously to try to make sure that the actual team can play and be successful, and being the 3-point shooter, being someone that's open, that's why I have him at the 3. Maybe he's, for me, it's not, I didn't go into the way thinking of the face of the league, which I'll give it to you. The next two, there probably are, and Paulo Banchero, he can be, but if that's the only reason why I have Karl Anthony Towns higher than Paulo is because how do I say this? He is perfect for what he is in being the second. He's not going to be the first, and that's fine. But Paulo's expectations of being the first have yet to reach the point where I feel like Karl Anthony Towns is where he's at being a really good second. All he has to do is get more consistent with his shots, and I feel like they're seeing and get more experience of not being tired in long continuous games like that. But that's what I project Karl Anthony Towns to continue being someone that's going to continue to work on his shot and be more efficient. But I will say that Paulo Banchero's roof can be higher, but at least for this year coming up, I think it should be Karl Anthony Towns has to be better to win the championship. Well, Paulo Banchero, he will get better, but he does not have to win a championship next year. He has some good years in him yet to reach his peak, while Karl Anthony Towns should be in his peak.
Okay, that's fair. That's fine. I'm not gonna.
Okay. So I'm gonna say right now, I think our 1 and 2 are going to be flipped.
Oh man, there's no way.
It's gonna be flipped. I know it is.
My number 2 is Jason Tatum.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah, no, we're good. Jason Tatum. All right. Holy fuck! 4 for 20, everybody. Relax.
4 for 40.
Oh my god, we're so bad. Okay, 10%. All right, so give me your Jason Tatum explanation.
Jason Tatum, best friend of the Boston Celtics, probably should have won Finals MVP. But the ability to be unselfish and let Jaylen Brown, the Finals MVP, play alongside Jaylen Brown. I need to say this though: the disrespect of Jason Tatum he received all summer long was insane.
I will say there was a target on every Boston player, is what I'll say.
For whatever reason, they were trying to pin the Celtics player against each other through the lens of the Olympics, of JT getting benched for Derek White and Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown not even being invited.
Yep.
It's nasty work.
Yeah, no, I will agree that there's some narrative going on that they want them to be against each other, but
for whatever reason,
yeah.
But they got their championship. I'm happy for Jason Tatum.
Yeah, he needed it. He finally earned it. Yeah.
Yes, the shooting just dropped a little bit towards the end of last season. Last season I have him 2. Number 1 is elite on both ends, and it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree with you in the sense of like Jason Tatum. He is great. My only issues with them, as like the Boston Celtics as a whole,
Tatum settles.
Yes, is that they settle for what they can give, and then they as a whole really love to play hero ball. If that, like, in the sense where it's like, hey, if I don't make a 3, let me shoot it 10 more times. I promise you, one will go in, and they think that's what's gonna help them.
Especially when that team is so talented, and they don't have to play that way. But at the same time, we can't say that they won the championship.
Yeah, but
But you're not wrong.
Yeah. It was.
They got lucky with the matchup they got in the final. I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I can't. I don't even want to say
no.
lucky.
Let's give
they got a favorable matchup that goes along with their play style and their size.
Yeah, let's give them their dues. In the end, they won the championship because they had remarkable players.
Yes.
And the organization did a great job.
Yes.
But if it was the same team that was last season, with only Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum was not doing well throughout most of the playoffs because he wanted to take a backseat and let Jaylen Brown play, which worked fascinating because Jaylen Brown was hitting his shot. He grew up in the playoffs, but Jason Tatum needs to improve. As you said, he needs to just not settle. Settling is his biggest downfall, whether it be settling for just a jumper that does not need to be taken or a 3-pointer with 20 seconds left. He has so much talent around him, though, that they should repeat, and that's kind of that's the expectation, at least that I feel like everybody, a Boston fan, should have, because they
Absolutely.
still have the recipe. They should still make it really far. But I believe that this time around, Jason Tatum needs to play takeover and be the number one option. Be more consistent. Stop playing. So I'm gonna
Mm.
take a shot at myself here as a Heat fan. He needs to stop playing like a Jimmy Butler of going in and passing it out and just going and making the shots. Don't force him. Be efficient with your plays. But he is such a phenomenal player that he needs to continuously get better and not settle just because he has this talent around him.
Yeah, Jason Tatum, he's too talented to be settling for side step threes, step back threes. When he can get to the rim well to build up his rhythm and then get his jump shot rolling. But the Eastern Conference got a whole lot better in New York and Philadelphia,
Yeah.
Cleveland, Orlando, Indiana. All these teams are very good. But we'll see how that plays out. But yes, Giannis is number one.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Um, Injured last year
Yeah.
during playoff time. It is what it is. But
I think
amazing.
he's sorry. I think so far he's been injured both times during playoffs, which is
Unfortunate.
unfortunately, which is the only
I
reason why
hopefully
he's not going far.
hopefully this doesn't become a trend with Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
But we saw the Dr. Racist also his coach, but whatever. Um, his shooting, we've seen those shooting clips over the summer. It seemed like he's worked on it some. His defense is still going to be his defense. I don't know how far Milwaukee's going to make it. Where I have them ranking the Eastern Conference, but Lopez is getting older. Don't
Yeah.
know the injury, how we're going to look with Chris Middleton, but Giannis as an individual, great on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
He is arguably the best player in the league outside of Jokic,
Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
arguably.
Arguably, yeah.
Get it done on both ends, get to the rim at will. Just see as Giannis gets older how he's able to continue to grow his game on the perimeter, so where he doesn't rely so much on his athleticism.
Yes, I agree 100% with you. He deserves to be number one because let's be real here. It obviously we're trying to go with projections, but I know for being a fan of like the Heat, I remember the joy of seeing Phoenix versus Milwaukee and seeing Giannis play to the peak that he can be. He has been getting injured, so we can't hold that against him. But he, as you said, he kind of has to evolve his game because as he gets older, injuries may become more common just because of his play style. So hopefully he'll figure out that little recipe, or he'll figure something out that'll help him maybe just not put such a wear and tear on his body, so that way he can play until the ending. And this window that he has, though, I feel like is very small because a lot of the players in Milwaukee, they are older. I don't know if there's.
It might be close as we're speaking.
Yeah, like I don't know if they're still the oldest team in the NBA, but they, after this season, wherever they fall, where the chips fall, it's either Giannis. They're gonna have to start building something with Giannis, or I feel like Giannis is gonna ask to go. So I feel like that's where. And that's the thing. Giannis is such a great player that he can change any other team. Or if he decides he's gonna stay in Milwaukee, they're gonna have to entice somebody to come play with him, because everybody they're making their way out of the league, and we can't be wasting Giannis's years like this, where he can still play at the level he's playing at while he can.
Yeah, I don't know where the Bucks go from here. Brooke Lopez is probably 1 foot out of the league. I don't know how much Lillard has left in his tank, how much healthier Chris Middleton can stay healthy through the long, grueling season. Let's see how Gary Trent plays this year for Milwaukee, what Bobby Portis ends up looking like. But I don't know how much better the Bucks truly are
Yeah.
than like the Magic, Caps,
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
But we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, so we actually got our 1 and 2 right, which is easy. We have some discrepancies.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly, I throw some loopholes every now and then. Let us know if you have any other power forwards that we didn't add, or if you think Jason Tatum should have just taken it all. Comment anything you want, guys. We just want to see what you guys have to say. Like, share, and we'll see you in our part 5 next time with our center.
Center.
All right, peace.